Storytime with Jay the Storyteller. Enjoy. From rock bottom to rising above, the story of Daniel Mwangi. They say life can change in a single day, but for Daniel Mwangi, it wasn't one day. It was a lifetime of falling, fighting, and rising again. This is his story, a story of failure, resilience, and triumph. Daniel grew up in Nakuru, Kenya, the eldest of three children. His parents worked hard to give them a simple, decent life. His father was a mechanic, his mother a small businesswoman at the market. From a young age, Daniel had big dreams: to become an engineer, to build machines that could change lives. He studied hard, graduated top of his class, and joined university with a heart full of hope. But life had other plans. In his second year, tragedy struck. His father fell ill and passed away suddenly. With the family's main provider gone, everything began to crumble. His mother's business couldn't keep up with school fees. Bills piled up, and Daniel had to make a painful decision. He dropped out of university to help his family survive. He took odd jobs, washing cars, pushing carts, doing construction, anything to earn a few coins. Each day he watched others move forward while he stood still, stuck between dreams and survival. There were nights he slept hungry, mornings he woke up to nothing but determination. But deep inside, Daniel still believed that this was not his end. He began saving little by little, every 50-shilling coin, every tip from car washing. He put it aside. One day, after a year of struggle, he had saved just enough to buy an old second-hand laptop. It was slow, cracked on one side, and barely worked. But to Daniel, it was his second chance. He spent hours at cyber cafes learning from YouTube and free online courses, engineering, coding, design, and even entrepreneurship. While others laughed at him for dreaming too big, he kept going. He turned that broken laptop into a classroom, a workshop, and a window to the world. 2 years later, Daniel saw a post online. A startup in Nairobi was looking for a volunteer to help design small mechanical devices for water pumps. He applied immediately, explaining his skills and experience. Though he had no degree, his passion shone through. He was accepted. Daniel worked day and night, unpaid for months, but learning everything he could. Soon, his ideas began to stand out. He designed a low-cost water pump using recycled materials, and it worked. The company presented his prototype to investors, and it caught attention. Within months, Daniel's design was being tested in rural areas to help farmers access clean water cheaply. And then, the day came. He was offered a full-time job, leading the very team he once volunteered for. Years later, Daniel became the founder of his own small company, Mwangi Tech Solutions, building affordable machines for rural communities. His invention won a National Innovation Award. Media outlets told his story, from dropping out of university to becoming one of Kenya's most promising innovators. But when asked about his success, Daniel always said the same thing: "I wasn't the smartest. I just refused to give up." Daniel's story teaches us that life doesn't always go as planned, but sometimes the hardest roads lead to the most beautiful destinations. So if you're struggling today, if life feels impossible, remember Daniel. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start with what you have, where you are. Because the truth is, success doesn't start when things are perfect. It starts when you refuse to stop trying. This was the story of Daniel Mwangi, a story of faith, resilience, and the power of never giving up. Jay, the storyteller, like, subscribe, and share.